Join spiritual psychologist and India's number one biofeedback practitioner, Ritu Malhotra, as she guides you through the paths of self discovery and personal transformation so that you can live in alignment with your values and purpose. You are listening to the Cellular Alchemist podcast, and here's your host, Ritu Malhotra.
I noticed something. Everyone around me, or at least most people around me, are feeling exhausted. They don't exactly have a pathological reason, but they're tired most of the time. So, here I want to talk about my client Tanya. Tanya comes in to see me. The mood is low, satisfaction is even lower. She says reluctantly, I'm not happy with what I have. My work, my lifestyle, my health, my future. I guess you can define it as depression. So I ask her to describe it instead. Well, she says, I hardly eat. I don't eat healthy. I order in dinner. I don't have the energy to cook anymore. I prefer to work from home because I can't take the 2 hour commute to work anymore. I hardly have any social activity because I don't find the energy to schedule anything. And I'm not playing the games or the hobbies that I used to. They're just not a priority anymore. So, for openers, I say, Tanya, what do you think your life should be? Well, for a start, I should be socially and financially independent. I should have skilled more than I have. I should have chosen a better partner. I should have more money so I can have better opportunities. After listening to her, I ask, what would there be in your life when you have all of this? Without a second thought, she replies, I would have a sense of belonging, and that would change everything. I looked at her, recognizing the impact of what she had just said, and my mind was buzzing with all the possible reasons why this statement is so universally relevant. I know that we are driven towards positive bonding relationships. And to us, that means success. To many of us, it means success. Yet, across the globe, what we are experiencing today is a social roller coaster, at a very unrealistically crazy speed. And it's constantly being broadcasted. Just think what goes through a young person's mind when they hear of say, a 29-year-old becoming a cryptocurrency billionaire, or celebrities like Kylie Jenner, acclaimed for being the youngest self made billionaire at 21. 21. Is that the new success criteria? Are these our new superiors? Really? Of course, social media does not let us forget the successful people. They search out most of these icons and constantly parade them before our eyes. And what do? We compare. What we don't realize is that we are comparing their highlight reels to our regular lives. We then drudge to work, still thinking about that festival or the luxury car or the vacation we should be having. But we are not. We can't. We are swarmed with shoulds, which makes us feel more inferior. What we don't understand is that what we see is not necessarily who we should be. So, the first effect I see of all this self judgment and dissatisfaction is exhaustion. Yes, we are exhausted, fatigued as a generation. We're expected to be on and always available. Besides the quick change in our environment, look at it. I mean, the economy, the comparison driven social media, it's an uncertain and unstable scene out there. So it's no surprise that stress is the result. Higher levels of anxious stress leading to dangerous incidents of ill health. Haven't we seen them more and more and more, even in ourselves, maybe? So when we wake up to the effects of what we are causing, when we begin to take responsibility, we begin to bring balance back into our lives by recognizing that we need to live a human needs first lifestyle in which things we need first as humans are prioritized. By that I mean basically that eating whole foods is one of them. Eating on time, making that a priority, having a richer and more authentic social life, getting regular movement, working with a purpose rather than for the sake of productivity or money. I think stress in life is largely unavoidable, but when we feel it's out of our control is when we begin to lose hope. Hope is a powerful counter to fatigue. When we can endure difficulties with much higher morale, when we retain hope that things will get better, that is when we begin to feel better because we hold on to that hope. So I suggest you start with something that is small, small changes. Get a little more sleep. Consume media thoughtfully. Make relaxation a priority. Feel like you deserve to relax more. Eat healthy. And yes, please laugh more. This certainly ensures our life is more peaceful and, of course, more satisfying. And that's the wrap for now. Until next time.
That was this week's episode for the Cellular Alchemist podcast with spiritual psychologist Ritu Malhotra. Don't forget to follow the podcast and join us next week for yet another episode. Thank you for listening.